game. You don't play to just play. Come after me. I'm a man. I'm for you. Can't wait. Let's go.
Yo, what is up, y'all? What is up? It's me, it's Keen. We're back. We're in the building with another episode of the Hoop Dreams and TV Queens. And as always, I'm always in the building. Jori will be on momentarily here with us. But how are y'all doing today on this Super Bowl Eve? And it's the last day before I fall into depression because football is going to be officially over. Then we also have the MLB and NBA in play here. So I appreciate y'all, everyone who is here watching. You can always tune in later on to the sports streaming production, Northeast Sports Streaming Productions, to see the replay at 7:00. So make sure y'all tune on in. What's going on, Daniel? Appreciate you. Just sharing things out right here, right now. But got a good show topic for y'all tonight. Going over some trades and potential buyouts in NBA. Going over the awards, the honors for the NFL, and some moves that happened today. Definitely should be interesting. So getting on right into the nitty-gritty of things here, we're gonna start with the NBA. Some trades went down. We had Pat Bev going to the Bucks. Sixers traded him for Cameron Payne in the second round pick. Wasn't too happy about Patrick Beverley getting traded, but especially going to the Milwaukee Bucks, which are making them better, and we're losing a defender since they lost Drew Holiday. Now they're getting a defender in Pat Bev. Hey, Jori, what's going on?
What's going on? I'm all right-ish.
All right, so just talking about the NBA trades. So you just came on right on in. Talking about Pat Bev going to the Bucks. The Sixers traded him for second round pick and Cameron Payne. What did you think about that trade?
I like it for the Bucks because if you think about exactly what the Bucks have been lacking, is defense. Like when they had Coach Bud, they were like fourth in defense, and now they've been playing like 27th or 28th in defense because they can't stop a nosebleed. So I like the defensive presence. I don't know what Cam Payne is supposed to do, but I like what Patrick Beverley brings as far as help for the defense. Now, he ain't that good on offense, but that's why you have Damian Lillard. So now Damian can shine and be his true, I'm only going to score self.
The Sixers definitely needed more shooters around him, which is, clearly because Joel Embiid's not there. He's still out with that meniscus injury. But they did trade for Buddy Hield as well. Buddy Hield has been on the Sixers' radar for a long time. They finally landed him again. I understand shooting is important in this league, and I get it. We need 3-point shooters, but at the same time, do you really want to give up an elite defender for more offense? So the question is, would you rather have a prolific scoring team, or would you want to have at least defense as well? I feel like if we losing a defender, we ain't gonna be able to defend their three or their shots. Like I mean, again, Patrick Beverley, he just fit Philly so great. He had the grit, he had the heart, but we lost a defender, and then we traded Jaden Springer, another young kid who was okay on defense, but he locked down Steph Curry, even though he lost. He locked down some key people, and then you trade him again to the ops, meaning Boston, for a second-round pick. So you just trading these people away for the other team to get better. But what happens when players leave Philly? They go shine somewhere else. So who's to say in the next couple of year or so we're gonna see Jaden Springer cooking this, and you're gonna trade him to the one team that we can't beat in the second round?
That sounds like such a Maury move.
But would you rather have the offense or would you rather have that defensive presence?
Me personally, I'd rather have the defensive presence. The offense will work itself out usually. If you have the capable players, it will usually work itself out. But
I feel the same way. So
if
but Pat Bev went to the Bucks. I mean, they did beat a Charlotte team with no Melo, but hey, you can't control who you play on your schedule. Pat Bev was that defensive dog that you know he is. Campaign did score 20 points in his debut with the Sixers, but they fell short against against the Hawks by 6. So both Buddy Hield and Campaign did well in their debuts. Like I said, I'll get used to it. It's fine. Campaign coming in, he's a better, more shooter than Patrick Beverley. He can help come off the bench. Another second unit guy. Buddy Hield's definitely going to be in the starting role. It's going to get better when Joel comes back. That's if he comes back. The Sixers can stay afloat. Right now, they're the 5th seed, and they can't fall no more because then they'll be in player mode. So, another move that happened, we seen Royce O'Neal in a 3-way deal with the Nets. So they get Royce. So the Suns get Royce O'Neal and David Roddy. The Nets get a couple picks. Jordan Godwin. Some of these people I have no clue who they are. Dates Diop. And then Memphis gets Yuta Watanabe and Mewtwo. But David Roddy, I like David Roddy. That'll be another good bench piece for the Suns. David Roddy was good off the bench for Memphis. So that was a good pick. Nothing too flashy there. Like the non-sexy picks for, was the people we don't know and they just trading. But the real big one was the Knicks getting Bogdanovich and Alec Burke and sending Quentin Grimes and some pieces over there to Detroit. Now, when they was trying to get Donovan Mitchell, didn't they say Grimes was off the table?
Yep. But you traded them to go get Burks and Bogdanovich, which makes no sense. But the Knicks are going to do what the Knicks do. But I like that trade for what they're trying to do, and it definitely got Detroit to officially wave the white flag. That's what you do.
And New York is number 3 right now in the East, with the Sixers falling the way they are. The Cavs is number 2. Milwaukee's 4. I mean, the East is definitely shaking up.
To be quite interesting.
It is. The Knicks, the top 3, they're playing great with the big 3 with Josh Hart, DiVincenzo. Can't forget about Jalen Brunson. OG Anunoby, he did have a he said you stay, man.
Yeah.
OG is out with an injury, but the Knicks are still managing to win games, and then they just added more depth. Both Bogdanovich can shoot the 3. Burks is another guy who can shoot the 3, dribble, shoot, defense. So the Knicks are trying to get better. So I applaud them for that.
When was the last time they've been in the top of anything?
It's been a minute.
I'll have to be like 5 or 6.
Back when they had Melo and those guys. I don't know. It's been a while since the Knicks been a top 5 team. It has to have been well in the 90s. Then you had the Mavericks. They get PJ Washington, and they send to Charlotte, and Charlotte gets Grant Williams and Seth Curry in a 2027 first round pick. So you trade Grant Williams because he don't fit or he's a problem. Did you think Grant Williams was the problem down in Dallas?
The problem is they ain't got no defense, and they put that roster together quite poorly. And I feel bad for Grant Williams. He gets passed around more than a lot. He gets passed around a lot.
I don't think Grant Williams is that bad of a player, though. Gene says Grant. Oh, locker room issue. Okay. So locker room problem. Maybe that's why Boston didn't bring him back. I don't think he's a bad player. Maybe it's just his image in the locker room and how his presence is. Maybe was giving him a bad look. So I can see why they would get rid of him. Now you're gonna put him in Charlotte's hands. That's great. He's pissing a lot of people off. Okay.
They need that in Charlotte.
Yeah. The Raptors and the Nets did a swap. They get Toronto Raptors get Dinwiddie, and then the Nets get Schroeder and Thaddeus Young. But then they brought out Spencer Dinwiddie, and we just
I
saw the
get
news
Dinwiddie.
today that the Lakers, your Lakers, picks up Spencer Dinwiddie. How do you like that move?
I like move. For real.
He's been a role player. He
I
thinks
do
he
like
could
it.
be a
It does
starter.
better for consistency. He's not. I do like it because he'll probably work his way into the starting role. If that means they can put D'Angelo goofy self back on the bench, I love that. I know D'Angelo Russell's on a roll, but he showed his butt all season, and I'm tired of him. I don't care if he's on a roll, a pick and roll, a screen and roll, and none of that. I'm tired of him. So,
But
I
no,
like
Spencer
the
Dinwiddie
addition,
is a
and
good pickup.
yes.
He
He
said the
should
screen
help
and roll, the pick and
consistency.
roll. He can just roll.
Go.
Yeah. Also, the Dallas Mavericks get Daniel Gafford. And Washington gets Rashawn Holmes. I like Gafford. This is the Dallas finally gets a sensible big man, a serviceable big man. I like
Some
Gafford.
defense.
Yep, and get some defense. Spencer's offense. Maybe the Lakers can. Not saying Dinwiddie is the savior, but he could be a part of y'all offense.
Yeah.
Sixers get rid of Daniel House they get rid of Daniel House to deduct the luxury tax and the second round pick to Detroit. Again, Buddy Hield, he comes to Philly. We get rid of Marcus Morris Sr., Korkmaz, and 3 second round picks. Finally, Korkmaz is gone. It's just Marcus Morris. It just sucks because I knew he was going to be the odd man out. Covington's hurt. Nick Batum's kind of been doing okay in our offense, so I knew Morris was going to be odd man out. Murray wasn't going to get rid of them too, but now he's on the buyout. But we're going to talk about the buyout. Who's available? Toronto gets Kelly Olynyk and OG Abaji going to Utah for Otto Porter Jr. and Karen Lewis Jr. and a bunch of second round picks. Monte Morris goes to Detroit. Goes from the Timberwolves, and the Pistons get Shake Milton and Troy Brown Jr. Kyle Lowry. Yeah, I know. Kyle Lowry, he's going to be coming because that's what they're talking about. Going into the buyouts now. Kyle Lowry's on the buyout. I think Marcus Morris, Korkmaz is back on there. Robin Lopez, Brooke Lopez's brother, he's on there. And they've been talking about Kyle Lowry coming to Philly for a while. He's a Philly kid, grew up in North Philly, went to Villanova, won a championship with Villanova, did he win it? No, he didn't win a chip with Villanova. He won a chip with Toronto. He went to Miami. He's going to come off the bench. We all know he's not going to be in the starting role. Yeah. At this point, it's not a move. It's not a needle mover, in my opinion. But
it's not. It's just a waste of time move. But
who's the biggest buyout right now, and who do you think they can go? Who's in the buyout market?
The pickings are kind of slim. If we're being completely honest. Because whatever that Furkan is trash.
Korkmaz is horrible. I cringed every time he got the ball.
Yeah, absolutely horrible. Robin Lopez is old and slow. Who else you said?
Where's this list at? Well, you can take Spencer Dinwiddie off the list.
Oh yeah.
So Kyle Lowry, Marcus Morris, Robin Lopez. You got Joe Harris. Kai Jones, Daniel House, and Killian Hayes.
He ain't gonna find nowhere. Yeah, the pickings are really slim here. It's like when Kyle Lowry, he's old, injury prone, looks like a marshmallow running around in a basketball uniform.
Not a marshmallow.
He ain't it. Daniel House, I used to think he was pretty solid as a player. I don't know what happened as of lately.
I don't know I get why we traded, but this is like now we got 3 spots open on our bench. Our bench is trash now.
Depleted, just trash. But And then you have Mr. Killian Hayes. Well, if they were stopped trying to say, Detroit was like, change of scenery. All right, go home. But with Killian Hayes, if he could figure out how to actually be a basketball player and not just run around the court and chunk up
Cardio.
dumb shots and look stupid while doing it, he'll find somewhere. Somebody will invest in him. But he does a whole bunch of nothing. But if anybody I have more confidence in, it might be House to find somewhere to go.
Daddy is young. He's still 35. I can't believe he's still playing.
He's still playing.
He got waived, so he'll possibly buy out. Bisbeck Biombo got waived. Gallinari. The pickings is very slim, like you said. It's not a real good buyout market here. So I mean,
it wasn't really a good trade year either, because all the good trades happened early.
And PJ Tucker wants to get out of LA. Nobody's gonna pick up PJ Tucker for what you do. You're not serviceable. You're not the old PJ Tucker no more. You play 30-something minutes and get no points.
PJ, go sit on your couch and watch basketball.
He has a lovely sneaker collection. I give him that. His sneaker collection is awesome. It's just I think it's that time where
go sit on your couch. The game has passed you by.
Definitely, it has. But who do you think won the with the little bit of trades that did happen in the deadline? Who do you think won? What team won the trade?
The Knicks, considering that they have room to get better. Now is really time. Like it's not that far off that you could think that they can make a serious push into the playoffs and maybe meet a Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. The way the East is starting to shake out. I'd say that between the Mavericks and the Knicks, because the Mavericks filled some positions of need, especially on that defensive end with the players that they've been able to bring in, and with Kyrie coming back, they should start getting some balance soon too. Because I know he just came back. But it's between the Knicks and the Mavericks for me.
I think the Knicks won it in my opinion because they trying to go all in. They trying to get to the second round or at least to the conference finals for the East. So they're definitely balling right now in the standings. You're still Boston number 1. We got the Cavs number 2, Milwaukee 3, the Knicks is 4, Philly 5, Indy is 6. That is your top 6. Under that, is playing. So Miami, Orlando, I knew was going to fall. They was starting off hot. Now they're starting to get back to reality and be the Orlando team that we know. But they're still fun to watch. Orlando's 8, Chicago's 9, and Atlanta is 10. And over in the West, Minnesota is still number 1. OKC is 2. Clippers are 3. Denver 4. Phoenix 5. Sacramento is 6. And then we got New Orleans 7, Dallas 8, the Lakers 9, and Utah is 10. And right on the outside looking in is Golden State. They're not even in the play-in status.
They're not going this year.
Those are your top your top teams right now in both conferences. What's going on, Aaron? Warriors should be number 1. They ain't playing like it. Definitely ain't playing like it. The Warriors did try to ship off, I think, Kuminga. Something didn't get done. So they wasn't able to move. No, it was Wiggins, not Kuminga.
They shouldn't try to trade Kuminga. They need to keep Kuminga.
It was
Wiggins needs to go.
It was Wiggins they was trying to trade for, and I forget they couldn't. They didn't go through as planned. The way they planned it. So that was the trades and buyouts. So we'll see. This is the second half now. The All-Star break is coming up. Finally, we're going back to East to West. Thank God. The All-Star weekend should be okay. 3-point. They got some shooters in there. Slam dunk contest. We got Jaylen Brown, a first All-Star in the slam dunk contest. So we'll see what Jaylen Brown can do. We got the skills competition, and then you got the rising stars and rookies playing together. You got Sabrina Ionescu versus Steph Curry in the 3-point shootout, and money goes to charity. Definitely gonna be interesting. I'm gonna roll with Team Sabrina. We'll see if she can beat Steph, but that's who I am rolling with. Ern said Chiefs by 6. We did give our predictions. We should have waited till this week to do it, but that's all right. We did it last week. You picked San Fran, I picked KC, so we were split. Yep. So, one Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant did reveal the statue, one of 3 statues for Kobe Bryant at the crypto.com, and it was the moment when he won 81 points. Some people don't like it, but Vanessa Bryant made it very clear. Kobe picked this, so tough cookies. Deal with it. Yeah, Kobe picked it. So your thoughts of the statue?
I liked it. Of course, it would be such a Laker thing to turn around and lose on that night, but that's neither here or there. But I liked it, and knowing that Kobe actually picked that himself, it makes it feel special because Kobe was actually one of my childhood favorite players. I named my dog Kobe, one of them, but I liked it. It was a nice touch. I can't wait to see the other 2. Hopefully, if they release them throughout the season, the Lakers don't lose.
We definitely got to see some type of jersey tug or him with the jersey in his mouth. That's like iconic.
That's the iconic one. I hope that was up there. But I liked it.
Yeah, I don't have no problem with the statue. Like Vanessa said, tough cookies. She didn't say cookies, but I'm trying to be PG here. You don't like it? Oh well, Kobe picked it. So definitely it was that moment. Kobe Bryant scoring 81 points. I remember that story. Kwame Brown was telling everybody, he was like, Kobe was like, y'all know y'all not getting this ball right. So, I believe it. It was a question I meant to ask last week, but we've seen the league growing, and we see offense, and nobody really plays defense like that. We've seen Joel Embiid get 70. We see Luka get 73. Book 62. Kobe did 81, and we seen Wilt's 100-point game still stand. Do you think we'll see anybody break 100 points and beat Wilt Chamberlain's record?
No, because if one person gotta do 100 points, you know how tragic that defense would be? Non-existent. And I don't think that there's gonna be enough teams that are gonna go for that at all. So these players have too much pride. They're too sensitive and they're too defensive to let somebody drop 100 on their head. So I'm thinking, I don't think so. They'll start fighting once they get to 90 points. So there's that.
I don't think we'll see anybody break 100. Maybe shoot, Dame was almost close to getting 80 on Houston. He stopped at 70. I don't think we'll see anybody beat Kobe. I don't think we'll see anybody beat Kobe's 81. So my favorite team right now, of course, gotta go 76ers because I'm from the brotherly love city. So I am a Sixers fan. Jori, she is the Lakers fan. So, we got Sixers and Lakers up here. Yeah, I don't think we'll see anybody break Wilt Chamberlain's record. Just like in the NFL. I don't know. We may see somebody break Eric Dickerson's record. I mean, Jamal Lewis and AP was very close. When it comes to the rushing record, but I don't think we'll see anyone break 100 points. And if it is, it's sad because you're not going to see no defense. You're going to just see a bunch of assists, a bunch of rebounds.
And I'll stop watching basketball once that happens. I'm like, I can't do it because I like defense. I also like scoring, but stop somebody from scoring. Dang it.
Yeah, that's facts. I don't think we'll see the 100 points, and I don't think at that point it has to be like some big team when all the starters aren't playing. Like they playing a team when they don't got no starters in their game, and it's like looking like a JV game. That's not fun for basketball at all. So I don't think we'll see the 100 points again. But Kobe's 81 was iconic. Just like
Because
Kyle
they
said,
needed that.
Kwame Brown didn't deserve the ball. Kwame Brown didn't deserve the ball. But for Kobe to go out there and say, y'all know, you know you're not getting this ball right. So
They needed every 81 of them points to win that
yeah,
game.
he sure did. Yep. And then in his exit, his farewell, he goes out there and drops. What was it, like 60?
60?
Nothing like Kobe. Man, the days in the lunchroom, we used to battle who was better, Kobe or AI. That was all the topics at the lunchroom table. The Kobe or the AI? It's a Kobe or the AI. Luka Doncic. Since Joel Embiid, the 65 game rule takes him out of the running for MVP. Who is next up for MVP? Of course, there's Luka. There's Jokic again. Even SGA is in this category. Who do you think could possibly be MVP?
If Luka, who is on a tear right now, doesn't get it now, I think it might be 2 to 3 seasons before he do get it. Not no Jordan Poole. Don't get me started on him.
Be trolling.
0 points and then got booed off the court and started crying. Come on now.
Wait, he started crying?
It looked like it.
Oh, Lord. It's like low-key, I feel bad for him, and low-key, I don't. Like,
I mean, in 20 minutes, you do 0 points. You go 0 for 4, 0 for 5. Like, come on. But, what was I saying? What was the question?
Luka, MVP.
I do think, who's my favorite play? Well, Luka, if he doesn't get it now this year, if he doesn't stand a chance this year, I think it could be 2 to 3 seasons before. But I think he has a great shot. But they might give it to Jokic because Jokic is getting on a roll again, even though it hasn't been conducive to Denver winning games as of recently, because they've been on a little up and down streak. SGA's been playing very well, but Luka's going on a scoring streak that you can't ignore. And Dallas has been somewhat winning. So I think it's Luka.
So 49ers faithful. Shout out to 49ers faithful. His team's in the Super Bowl. He said, who's your favorite NBA player?
Right now?
Do you mean right now or like all time? Because I can tell you who my all-time guy is. And
my all-time is Kobe.
And if you already know what team I play for, what team I'm in, I'm going to be a homer, and y'all should already know who my all-time favorite player is.
The cornrow dude.
The man is on my poster. It was on my wall. I'm in the basement this time, but if I was in upstairs, you'll see him right on my wall.
But right now, I like what Jason Tatum. I'm not a LeBron apologist. I'm actually getting sick of LeBron and his foolishness on my team. I've always thought LeBron was a big old crybaby. I've seen LeBron all my life. He started professionally when I was 2 years old. I'm 22 now, so I'm tired of him. I like to witness LeBron's greatness. I am not a LeBron fan. Stan.
If I had to pick a player right now who like I'm a fan of, and like I'm a big fan of Maxey. I just like his game, but that's not like I'm not being homerish. I just love Maxey's game. If I had to pick a favorite player right now, I'm like, oh my God, that's my guy. Jalen Brunson, man. I love Brunson's game. Again, you know how I love my Nova guys. Big Villanova fan. Of course, Villanova all day, every day. Jalen Brunson has came a long way. He was a baller in Villanova. He was a sniper in Villanova. He comes to the pros. He went to that Dallas. He was playing great there. And in New York, he's lighting it up. So Jalen Brunson, big fan of Jalen Brunson. The role player guys, DiVincenzo. The guys that nobody really talks about, I'm the fan of. Like Kenny Lofton Jr. Mind you, Kenny
Tyus
Lofton
Jones.
Jr. is a G League player. He's on the Sixers team, but when he was in Memphis, I loved Kenny Lawson. He's going to be a great young star when he's going to be a great player as he progresses. Titus Jones don't get talked about enough.
Because he in Washington with Poole.
He's in Washington, but when he was with Memphis, taking over, when Ja was doing his antics, Titus was that guy. So Kelly Oubre is another guy. I'm not just saying that because he's on the Sixers. I've always been a Kelly Oubre fan. So it's just the people that don't get the love that I like. I'm not the popular player guy, that likes the popular player person that oh, you got your 80s and your LeBrons, and I'm the one that likes the role player guys, or the ones we don't talk about enough, don't get enough credit for it.
I do know who I defend more than often because Lakers fans are stupid and like to blame Anthony Davis for just about anything. He's not the problem.
AD's been playing very well this year, and
yes.
I have not yet have to call him Street Clothes Davis this year. Street Clothes, but I hadn't had to say that this year. He's been balling. I mean, they didn't mention his name. Should he be Defensive Player of the Year? You got to put him in that category. You have to. What game was I watching? I forget what game was I watching. He did back-to-back blocks. It was Golden State. Was it Golden State?
It was a Golden State game.
Golden State. Somebody came up on this side. He was like, yank. Came back on the other side. Got the rebound. He said no. So you gotta like AD. AD, when he's healthy, he is a top.
But I've always been an Anthony Davis girl ever since he was in Kentucky. So there's that. I've always had a soft spot for Anthony Davis. That might be my my favorite player if that's the
D'Lo has been playing well, and D'Lo is not Jori's favorite person right now.
Don't bring him up again. I can't do it.
So I think Luka definitely can be MVP. But if there is no, Chris Joel, I gotta go with Jokic. Jokic could possibly be MVP again for a third time. It won't be consecutive, but he'll be a third-time MVP. Just what he does with just his presence and what he does to that Denver team. He can shoot, even though he got an ugly shot, but it goes in. If you ever seen him shoot, that shot is horrible, but it goes in. He can pass for a big man. He can rebound. We all know he can rebound when he getting those grown man triple doubles, as Gene would say. 30 points, 15 boards, 12 assists. That's a grown man triple double. So Jokic, I think Jokic definitely could get it. Now, if SGA goes on a big, huge run and improves OKC like to a number 1 seed, you definitely got to give it to SGA. He's playing great right now. We don't know if OKC can stay at this level moving on to further years. Will we be now saying, okay, OKC is definitely a team to beat in the West since they're number 2? I gotta see them consistently. I gotta see what they do next year. Can they stay on in the top 5 level of playing basketball? But right now, they're playing great. And of course, you got to put him in a conversation. I'm not saying you don't put him in a conversation. The top 3 right now is Luka, Giannis, you can see I'm combining everybody's damn name together. Giannis possibly is that 4th, but the top 3 got to be SGA, Luka, and Jokic.
I'm tired of Giannis. That's a name that's getting on my goddamn nerve, too, because he done showed his ass. I'm sorry. And don't get me started about Jackson Hayes. Do not fall for the Jackson Hayes trap. He might be playing well right now, but there will be spells where he disappears and you forget he exists. So don't fall for that.
What about Anthony Edwards? If the T-Wolves were the first... And like Jori said last week, Anthony Edwards is a injury away from Minnesota being poo.
Minnesota's an Anthony Edwards injury away from disaster. Because Karl Anthony Towns is not conducive to winning basketball. He don't play defense. He's too goddamn big to be playing like this. Rudy Gobert will not get you any offense unless it's like a putback or something. He's just there for rebounds and blocks and that's a pretty good role for him. But don't expect anything on the offense. And then you got the rest of the bag of chips is inconsistent. So
Not
there's
the
that.
bag of chips. Not the bag of chips. Um, Anthony Edwards is balling. He's the MVP of that team.
Mm-hmm.
Cat is inconsistent. He has the Katy Perry syndrome. If y'all don't know what the Katy Perry syndrome is, he's hot and cold. That means he is consistent. One day he's hot, one day he's not. So it's interesting to see how far they go in the playoffs. They're number one seed right now. Are they a one and done? Do they get beat in the first round? Do they go to the second round? I think they go to the second round and someone beats them. You'll be shocked to see who that number 8 is going to be in the West, and won't be surprised if they get upset by the number 8 seed in the West. So I give them maybe the second round and they can get bounced. But whoever they play might give them a run. So I mean, the Sixers, my thoughts on the Sixers going into the playoffs, 49er faithful, we can't keep losing any more games. We the 5th seed right now. I know Joel, I don't know when his timetable is to come back. But once we are hit by the injury bug, once we get our players back, we should be okay. But we can't afford to be in the playing spot right now. We can't. We can't. Lakers ain't in it.
Huh?
I don't think the Lakers get to the playoffs. They in a playing mode right now.
They're in playing mode right now because they're average. And unless a miracle happens and somebody can flip a switch and be more consistent at the drop of a dime, which is not going to happen. No, there'll be a play-in, and if they decide to, like the last time they went to the play-in, and then we got lucky. Well, not even messing around and got lucky. We got Minnesota, who's undisciplined in playoff games, and then we got Denver. We beat Memphis in the play-in, and then we turned around and got a very undisciplined Minnesota team. And then what happened when we got to the Western Conference Finals?
Sweep. Swept.
So I'm like, it is what it is. This offseason, we will be probably getting another third star. That's probably what's going to end up happening. They won't be, if they go into the playoffs, it won't be very far.
All right, y'all. We're gonna swing in the swing. We're gonna get in the swing of things in the NBA, but first we're gonna take our first little break. Y'all come on back. We'll be right here.
And this is Chris from Coffee and Sports, the morning show over on Sports Empire Network. And this is Chris from Coffee and Sports, the morning show over on Sports Empire Network.
And this is Mo. Catch us on Northeast Streaming Sports Production, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 10 a.m.
We hope to see you there.
And that was Chris and Mo with a morning show every day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. right here on the Sports Empire Network. Make sure y'all tune into them. All right, moving on to the NFL. We did have the NFL honors finally through the awards were given out.
Ben Simmons saying that he wanted to be a starter?
Oh, that wasn't even worth my time. I don't even know why I put that topic up there. That's why I skipped it. We all know Ben Simmons ain't no dang on starter. He barely can play in games before he say he injured or something. Get out of here, Ben. You're better off the bench. It's bad when your coach don't know what to do with you. Stay on the bench. Now he deserves his name in street clothes. That's street clothes Ben right there. That's the motto. Wearing all them clothes. So just there you go. What's going on, awesome in sports? Like, no, Ben, get out of here. Moving on to the NBA. To the NFL awards. They were giving out. MVP. They go to Lamar Jackson, which we all knew he was. Do you have any issues with Lamar Jackson getting MVP? And if he did, who do you think should have got MVP?
No, I don't think I have any issues, but he's the only one with multiple MVPs that don't have a Super Bowl. So are they really going to be playing for Super Bowls next time or to get Lamar another MVP? Because he's the only one that don't have multiple ones. But I knew they were going to do Christian McCaffrey like that because anytime a running back has an outstanding season, they don't give him the MVP. But did he get Offensive Player of the Year? I know this because my running back was subjected to it. The Tennessee Titans. CMC should have been in MVP. With Dak and his performances in the playoff, like backsliding a little bit. I don't see how they voted him. I'm not a Dak Prescott person. He's a good quarterback, but he shouldn't have got that many votes. Most of them votes should have went to CMC. If it shouldn't have been Lamar, it should have been McCaffrey. And that's the hill I'm willing to die on.
I agree. Not taking anything from Lamar Jackson. This is the Lamar we've been wanting to see. Him not injured. He played all the games except for of course, the last game. Number 1 seed, you don't need to play your starters in a meaningless game. This is the Lamar we've been wanting to see all season healthy. But then we said, what can Lamar do in the playoffs? And that AFC championship game, he just flat out played like poo. Defense kept him in it. He just couldn't do nothing offensively. Turnovers, the Zay Flowers with the boneheaded move, the taunting. It's just a mess. It's a lot. So I expected Lamar after his performances. I already knew Lamar had MVP in the bag. Even though his stats did. I mean, when you think about MVP, you think about stats being crazy. But he didn't have a 1,000-yard running back. He didn't have a 1,000-yard receiver on his team, and he still was MVP. So Lamar Jackson for MVP. Offensive Player of the Year, we all knew if he wouldn't get MVP, you all know Christian McCaffrey was getting the Offensive Player of the Year. Rookie of the Year, nothing taking the talents away from him, but this was CJ Stroud's year, and this was his award to get. Rookie quarterback. Texans win the division. They won a playoff game, got to the second round, but this is before regular season. But they won a division with a rookie head coach. So CJ Stroud definitely deserved that award. Again, no shade to Puka Nacua, who broke the rookie receiving record over there with the Rams. But I knew Puka wasn't winning this. Your thoughts on CJ Stroud?
Yeah, this was CJ Stroud year to win. Well, because of his performance. Like, he put up 300 yards in a good chunk of his games for a rookie. The Texans went literally from worst to first in the division, even though they had help. I would like my credit for helping your team. Thanks, Texans fans. This was clearly CJ Stroud award. And don't get me started on Damar Hamlin. Don't get me started, because he was not robbed of Comeback Player of the Year. He barely saw the field. But CJ Stroud.
Okay, so again, don't at me. I talked about this before. He definitely won that. So didn't get into Damar Hamlin. They did give it to Joe Flacco. Damar Hamlin, we all know the man died on the field. Came back, great story. I get it. But the definition of the Comeback Player of the Year award is a player who the Comeback Player of the Year is kind of like the NBA's most improved player type award, sort of. So you got Joe Flacco, who was playing with his kids, taking them to school, here with the Jets. You see how they go. But still, on the couch, playing with his kids, taking his kids to school. Deshaun Watson's hurt. PJ Walker got hurt. DTR gets hurt. You call Joe Flacco, and he balled out the entire season. No Nick Chubb. This is why Kevin Stefanski won Coach of the Year as well. I know everybody could say D'Amico Ryans. I get it. It could have been D'Amico. But Kevin Stefanski and Joe Flacco both had good cases. Three quarterbacks are done. 3 quarterbacks are done. Your best running back's done. You do have a great defense. But when you see this, it's disaster. You think, okay, the Browns are done. They're done.
Mm-hmm.
No, they wasn't done. 11-5 with all this happened to them. This is what you can make a case winning the division, 10 wins, because the Texans didn't have 10 wins last around, and I applaud them for that. But Kevin Stefanski, that's the reason why he won that award, because of what happened to the organization, losing so many people, but still able to win in the playoffs, and then they get beat by the Texans team. So, but they got to the playoffs. Nobody thought the Browns was going to get there after all that was happening to them. So, what do you think about those two, Flacco, or do you think it could have went?
Like, I'm not even finna entertain the whole Damar Hamlin thing because he barely saw the field, 5 tackles, and however many games is not comeback player of the year award worthy. I know that he came back from what he came back from. That does not mean automatically put him over something like what has happened in Cleveland. It's special. Yes, it's very special that he came back from that. I'm not denying that. I'm not trying to undercut that. But in the season follow and you're healthy, completely healthy or whatnot, and you come back to register 5 tackles and 18 games, that's not comeback player of the year award worthy. In the way that other
He
people
only
are
played
looking
in 2
at
games, and in my opinion,
on the football field.
In my opinion, that's the Bills' fault for not playing him. That's the Bills' fault for not playing him. He was healthy scratches each week. Why was he a healthy scratch? What are you not playing him for?
Exactly. I'm like, he's a healthy scratch for a reason. So I'm like, they got it right with comeback player of the year and coach of the year. If you think life, I get it, Damien, but at the same time, you got to consider other stuff. Because it's like, when you're getting healthy scratch, meaning told that you're not good enough to play this week, it's not because you're injured and you barely play, and he would have got comeback player, and just because you decide to step foot on a football field again, that means you get comeback player of the year award? No, that's not how that works. A comeback player of the year award is literally if you hit adversity and you strive after.
I think he played in 5 games with 2 tackles on special teams.
Exactly.
Defensive player of the year goes to Myles Garrett. Get why they gave it to Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett was a disruptor. Myles Garrett didn't lead the league in sacks. I still think I was about to say the same thing. I still think TJ Watt should have won this award, but I give it to Myles Garrett. Can't take his talents away. He did disrupt a lot of quarterbacks and plays, so I see why they gave it to Myles Garrett. The Browns had a great defense, but I like TJ Watt just a little bit better.
Because there was a few times
Defensive
when Myles Garrett was
rookie of the year.
neutralized.
Yep. Defensive player, rookie of the year, went to Will Anderson. Will Anderson balled out. Jalen Carter was a close second. So it could have went either way. I wouldn't have been mad either way. Whoever won that. Am I forgetting anybody else? I think that was it. Yeah. Coach of the year, comeback, rookie. Yeah. So that was all of them. Travis Kelce, he's paying for the suite for his family. He just ought to. He can pay that $2.5 million. I know CMC wasn't paying for it, but his girl, I think his girlfriend actually did. So, So that worked out. Which coaches next year do you think is going to be on the hot seat?
There's a few. When you look at people like Nick Sirianni, like last season collapse was absolutely terrifying to watch, and it's something that we should be concerned about because you finished the season on a 1-7, 1-6, whatever it was, losing streak, and then you got boat raced by Tampa, who was horrible most of the year, and you had a top ranked defense the year before that, and it was 30th this year, and then you had all the drama. Which led to me believing that the culture was done in that locker room. If they don't improve next year, and it looks just as bad, he's gone. Mike McCarthy, he's already on a lame duck contract, so we'll see what Dallas look like. I think Salah from the Jets, he'll definitely be on the hot seat because, like, the way I look at him, I'm like, do you even have control of your locker room for real? Because it don't look like it. Because it's like, and what him and that Jets organization have done to Zach Wilson has absolutely been a travesty. Now, Zach Wilson is what he is. But you don't do people like that. And you let Mr. Manipulative come in and pretty much take over your whole team. So there's that. So I think he's going to be on the hot seat if they don't improve. And then you have Dennis Allen and McDermott. Eberflus saved his job from the performance last year. Tomlin might be on an expiring lame duck contract too.
Yeah.
So there's that. So next year, so we didn't see Belichick or Vrabel get a job this year. They'll definitely get a job next year, if we're being honest. And then if the Ravens decide to do something stupid in the playoffs like they did this year, they're going to start looking at Harbaugh a little bit more seriously. Or they should, because he's been the reason.
Yeah. I agree with Kyle with McDermott. If Buffalo misses the playoffs again, I think McDermott's done. Daboll, they might decide to go another option with the Giants if the Giants don't improve a little bit better. I think Daboll could be out. Daboll possibly could make his way back to the Bills. Tomlin,
I don't like it.
Everybody's calling for Tomlin. Everybody's calling for Tomlin's job, but let him have another good season. You're not going to see Mike Tomlin fired. Let him have another winning season. Going into the playoffs, he lose, but they're not going to get rid of Tomlin if that happens again. Definitely could put Sirianni on the hot seat if they have another meltdown like they did. The Jets, I think Robert Saleh could be out next year. We're definitely going to see Vrabel and possibly Belichick get a job next year. But yeah, I think those are going to be your hot seats, the teams to look into next season. We'll see what Aaron Rodgers do with the Jets. We'll see how far they make it to see if his job gets saved. But if not, if they have another season like they did, Saleh's going. He's going.
Yeah, because now it is on Aaron Rodgers to save Saleh's job.
Yep. It's not a topic. It's not a show. We're not talking about the Lakers and the Cowboys. And we talked about the Lakers already. Here we go. Talk about the Cowboys. Demarcus Lawrence was at the Super Bowl on First Take. They said, Demarcus, Uncle Shannon Sharp asked Demarcus Lawrence, why are you guys not here in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl? He said, we were tired. So that's why y'all lost. Y'all were tired.
That's not the reason why they did.
So y'all were tired. That's why y'all lost.
Jordan
Love and the Green Bay Packers beat y'all because y'all were tired. I don't want to hear that tired stuff. Y'all just got outplayed and outbeat. Y'all were tired. Then I'm going to make the excuse and say the Eagles was tired too. That's why they lost. Everybody was tired. I don't want to hear that.
You're not supposed to be tired in the playoffs.
That's a soft answer. Right.
It's the playoffs. Now is not the time to be tired, DeMarcus. Like, come on. And then that whole burnout and it's a long season. BS. First of all, y'all weren't tired when y'all were running your mouths and doing all this front running. And Demarcus Lawrence went even had a whole sound bite. We gonna hit him again and again and again, sounding like a dummy. And now, oh, we were tired. That better off coming off saying just got outplayed that day. It wasn't our day. That's the thing you say. Not we were tired, because y'all didn't look tired running after Aaron Jones. Didn't look tired then, because y'all was chasing him all game. You didn't look tired when you were running against the Patriots and the Jets. You weren't tired then. It's tiring when you lose and it wasn't close. So it's like, no, you don't get here and say we were tired. No, what happened is I got punched in the mouth and folded like lawn chairs. Cut it out.
Well,
Okay.
look, Jori didn't said it all. Like I don't have to back up to that, because she is absolutely right. You took the safest answer to say y'all were tired. Tired.
And
okay,
the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
Lost.
They get that crap from Jerry Jones.
Arthur Blank. Oh man, Arthur Blank, Mr. Home Depot himself, and the Atlanta Falcons said Bill Belichick never asked for control. Then where did this come from? Who put that story out there that Bill Belichick wanted control, and this is why he's not the coach of the Falcons? Then what's the real answer?
Don't believe anything Arthur Blank say, because he's just trying to cover it up. Arthur Blank is a horrible liar, because it came from somewhere. It's not just unfounded, made up, stupid. So it came from somewhere. Don't play in people's faces, Arthur Blank. Do not play in my face, because it came from somewhere. And we all know that Bill Belichick wants to have roster control if he's going to coach somewhere. So it's not completely out of left field. Quit playing people like they're stupid.
That's facts. Cowboys wasn't tired when they got their butt whooping by San Fran.
They were still talking after that. So what's the issue?
Yep.
It was close. Huh?
I just don't like how do you Cowboys will, like Kyle said, Cowboys will be the Cowboys. What's your thoughts on Raheem Morris and Zach Robinson? I mean, I like Raheem Morris for Atlanta. You know, it's always good to see some color in the authority, you know, the head coaching around the league. You know, he's not bad. I think he'll turn the culture around in Atlanta. They get themselves a new quarterback, they'll be all right. Because Desmond Ridder ain't him. He ain't that guy in Atlanta. What's the next topic here? The Bears. The Bears need they already said the Bears, for them to give up number one pick, they would have to have a historic conversation for the number one pick. Who will be smart enough to see try to get to number one, and who would they have to offer Chicago? So we all know that. So the Patriots are trying to trade their third pick. They don't want to, it's up for grabs. But to go number one and number three, so would teams probably deal better with the Patriots, because they know the teams that need a quarterback know the Patriots not going to take it. So would you rather trade with the Patriots, or would you rather trade with Chicago?
I'm trading with the Patriots, because they're going to they need talent and they need draft picks, because they're getting ready to have to rebuild that team in the way that Gerard Mayo wants. So I would rather be more I would rather trade with the Patriots because they'll probably be a little bit more lenient. The Bears are going to ask for your quarterback, your star receiver, and $500 million, and that's not that dog just ain't going to hunt. Nope.
For a team to have to move up to number one, knowing that the Bears want Marvin Harrison Jr. Now, the Bears got the number one pick, and they also got their own pick, I think, in number 8. They still want Marvin. And if number one pick, I'm not trading. I'm not going no lower than 4.
Exactly.
For number. Desperate enough. You have to give Chicago a runner. I mean, you have to give Chicago a wide receiver in the mix. You have to. So whoever's calling for a receiver in that deal, they're not going to. Because that's Marvin Harrison Jr. right there, who they can get for that number one pick. If nobody calls, F it. Take Marvin number 1. I wouldn't even trade the pick. Keep the pick and get Marvin. And then you still have your pick to possibly get somebody on the offensive line that y'all need to protect Justin Fields. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yep.
I got the 9th pick. Okay. So either you whoever calls and want the number 1 pick, again, be prepared to give up a receiver, because I'm not taking this offer unless some star receiver better be who y'all trying to trade for this number 1 pick. But they want to haul, and I don't
like not just no scrub wide receiver either. I want your star wide receiver. Not a scrub. Not wide receiver 2, not receiver 3.
Just know you better give up a receiver. So if the Jets come calling, Garrett Wilson better be in a deal.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets should trade back to Washington at 2 so they can have. They are not getting Caleb. They are not getting Caleb Williams. They're not getting him. Not getting Caleb. They're not getting Caleb. Chicago. I think Chicago is all in on Justin Fields. Justin Fields not bad. The way they were winning towards the end and the way Eberflus was playing, it makes me think that they're going all in on Justin Fields. Give him a coordinator that knows his strengths and weaknesses to make Justin Fields successful. Give him pieces. They already have DJ Moore on one side. Get Marvin Harrison on the other side. Cole Kmet is coming into his own as one of a good tight end. You can maybe put Cole Kmet at maybe top 10 when it comes to tight ends, because he was balling.
Washington to get
him a good running back. You can get a running back. Oh, my bad. Then yeah, they can do that. About to say,
but that's too smart. And the Bears don't do smart things.
But still. And speaking of Bears fans, what's up, Ghoulie? My bad. I don't read too well. I'm sorry. I got excited. No, Eagles aren't that dumb to trade up for. Why would we trade up for number 1? For what reason? So, but still, Justin Fields is the guy. All you got to do is put pieces around him. Marvin, DJ Moore. That's a hell of a wide receiver trio. Get yourself a running back, maybe in the later rounds, or if you have enough money, possibly to bring in a number 1 running back. I'm not saying Derrick Henry, but if y'all can pull a Derrick Henry or a Saquon Barkley or somebody like that, the Bears will be set. And y'all was already good on defense. The Bears' defense has always been great over the years. Beef up the defense. The Bears will be a quality team in the North.
For once in a decade and a half.
That's just my thoughts on the Bears. I don't think if y'all going to trade, you shouldn't trade no further than 4.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can still get Marvin at 3, 2, 3, 4. But if nobody's a taker for that first pick, get Marvin in. Just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not Ryan Poles, and I know if Ryan Pools do something dumb, Bears fans are going to have a fit.
Oh yeah. But
and
that's
one more thing.
thing.
That was pretty much it.
I said that's too smart. Like
Julie
the Bears
says,
for them to
I
trade
swear
down.
if they get Caleb. He's I have a heart attack with the monitor on. You can't have Devontae. Screw Saquon and Henry. They want Josh Jacobs.
Screw you. We're not going to disrespect my running back like that. No, we're not going to disrespect that.
It'll be interesting to see where Derrick Henry goes, though. It'll definitely be interesting.
Because they wouldn't mind having him come back. So there's that.
To see where he goes. I mean, he got a new head coach in there. You never know. I mean, Tajay Spears, I like Spears. He was good. Gooley will definitely lose his mind if Caleb gets drafted. But there you have it, y'all. Another hoop dreams or ad or something we didn't.
No. Other than don't subject yourself to watching the Wizards. Don't ever subject yourself to watch the Wizards because that was horrible.
I know you was doing your notes, and I feel for you watching.
I went to bed.
Good grief!
I went to bed halfway in the middle. I was like, you know what? I can't do this because Jordan Poole was getting on my nerve.
Oh man! But there you go, guys. Another one in the books. We'll be back next week. We're gonna break down the Super Bowl, what we liked, what we disliked, our best commercials, what we think about Usher's halftime performance. We're gonna break down the Super Bowl and any other stuff that breaks down. As the NFL is winding down, we'll go over the divisions as well. Who needs improvement, what their records was, what they need in the draft. So we'll definitely have some NFL content for y'all next week. And of course, the NBA is going on. Definitely can focus more on the NBA. Second half will be starting, and then playoff time's coming. So definitely going to be fun. But make sure y'all tune in every Saturday, 5 p.m. Right here on the Sports Empire Network. And you want to support us with the merch, the link's in the description. 20% off. So if you want to get a mug or a t-shirt or a hoodie or a hat, definitely appreciate y'all. Don't have to, but we definitely would appreciate it if you did. Subscribe to the channel. Jori's channel is in the link. Of course, you already know my channel, Sports Empire Network. Make sure y'all hit us on up. And we are going to get out of here. Love, peace, and hair grease. And y'all enjoy the rest of the evening. Later, guys.
It's gonna storm.
What are we talking about? You play to win.